Hello, Whiskey Hunters. Welcome back to the Linen Closet. Thanks for joining me, the Whiskey Hunter, today. We've got an action-packed episode with you. We've got another live hunt. We have a Buy It Now feature, and we've got a review of a great aged whiskey. But first, buy it now! What do we have today for you? Glenfarclas 25 year. That's right. Glenfarclas 25. We got a pretty basic packaging to this distiller. Not a lot of flair, not a lot of hype. No big advertising budget, but some unbelievable whiskey. Glenfarclas is family owned. It's no color added, no chill filtration. This is like I said, a 25 year. You can find this if you have a Bevmo, a Costco, which is a large wholesale kind of department store. They're at a number of those. You can call and check. They're around $125 or so at those at the Costco's. You can find these in some stores now, ranging from about $139 to $169. Consider this. This is a 25-year whiskey that is under $160 for the most part. This won't be $160 for long. It used to be $130 up until a year ago. Now it's $160. In another year, it's going to be $180. A year after that, it's going to be $225. It may even go to that point in the next year. This is a hidden gem. This is an unbelievable dram. Do yourself a favor. Finish watching this episode, then get out there, go down to your local store, go buy yourself a bottle, buy 2 bottles, open one, put one away, buy more if you can afford it, buy a damn case. You're going to wish you had. Mark my words. Glenfarclas 25 year. You should have bought the 40 year less than 6 months ago. You would have saved hundreds of dollars. That skyrocketed. That's upwards to $900, the 40 year. Maybe more, maybe $1,000. It was, when I got it, $475. All right, well, we've got a hunt for you that I did just 2 days ago. My super duper spy sunglasses had a little problem with volume. We've sorted that out. I have to get a new 16-bit card for it. That'll take care of faster processing card of the microphone problem. So I cut the mic out on this hunt, and I voiced over it to tell you about it. So we're going to go to that now and check that out right here. I'm driving down the road and I spot this liquor store that I've never seen before in this town. I don't know. It's called Vintage Liquors. That's a place you got to do a hunt at. So I pull over. I'm heading inside to check it out. I'm wearing my spy camera glasses. I've got high hopes for this place. So let's go in and see what we have here. We've got your typical kind of party liquor store. I don't see any special cabinets as I'm looking around here that hold high-end liquor. Everything's behind the counter here. I see, liqueurs and vodka, and everything looks pretty kind of, standard stuff. There's no high-end whiskey I see, or bourbons. But what's that up at the top shelf? Whoa, what's that? That looks like a familiar bottle. That looks like something I may have been looking for the last year and a half that I haven't found. Nothing to the left exciting, nothing on that, close to the top shelves. But there's a bottle up there, right up there, that brown bottle. There's something there. I got to get him free so he can look at that, or get that for me, and I can check out what that is. I believe I know what it is from this distance, but I got to get a better look. Let me see that, I ask him. When he brings it down, he's eyeballing it, And he goes, "You want me to wipe this?" And I go, "Don't wipe the damn dust off that bottle." So he brings it over to me. This is a Dalmore. This is an embossed Dalmore. This is the Dalmore cigar malt from mid 2000s to mid to late 2000s that they do not make anymore. They make it, but not like this old juice and this old bottling. I haven't been able to find it. I found it at Vintage Liquors, of course.
Awesome.
Really a great score. So I'm having them ring me up. It's $33.95. $33.95 for this bottle. Definitely the price it was when he got it in, probably in 2007. I asked him if he could drop the price for me. He says, "No, I can't drop the price. I'm just a clerk." I'm like, "No problem. Here's my credit card." I've been looking, like I said, for this for a long time. I sign off. I'm leaving with a 2007, 2008 cigar malt at a place called Vintage Liquors, a successful score, and I am out of here. We're back. I hope you like that. I have the bottle right here. The Dalmore cigar malt. You didn't get to see it that well on the Spyglasses camera. Like I said, I've been looking for this a long time, a year and a half or so. They stopped making around 2007, maybe 2008. You see the new cigar malt, but not like this and not like this kind of juice. 33, I don't think you can see that price. Maybe you can. $33.99. $33.99. I'm sure that's the price it was when it came out, and I'm sure it's been sitting on the shelf all these years. Shocking to find this bottle. Vintage Liquors. All right, what are we reviewing today? Well, I had a request for this, and I actually did a buy it now on this a few episodes ago, and I heeded my own advice. I bought another bottle. So we're gonna look at today. Let's get this open. The Glengoyne 25 year. I'm telling you, if you don't have one of these and you can afford it, you should get it. It's a little more than the Glenfarclas 25 year, but the Farclas will be up at this price soon. This is around $300, give or take. It's a pretty cool presentation box. It's simulated wood. Looks like oak, but it's not. But it's kind of neat that this slides out. Well, let's slide this out. This is a magnet and snaps right in there. This bottom part slides out, and it's a pretty neat presentation. And there you go. Beautiful juice. It's a Highland. It is non-chill filtered. There's no color added. Oh, see, it's easier to take it out than put it in. What did he say? All right. So, like I said, this is a 25-year Glengoyne. It's 48% ABV. It's matured in first fill ex-sherry casks. The entire life of this whiskey. Only 5% of all Scotch is matured in sherry casks for the life of it. It's very rare. It's different than leaving it in the sherry cask for 2 years or 6 months or a year. Its entire life matured in it. So you're going to get this mahogany color from it, a dark mahogany color from all those years in that sherry cask, and the wood imparting its not only color, but aromas and taste on this whiskey. Let's take a look at the legs of this thing. It's got very, very thick legs. Of course, I splashed it a little earlier. It's been, I say let a whiskey sit out for 1 minute for every year of age. You really need to let it breathe to do its thing. Give it a chance. 25 years in a cask to be put in a bottle You got to give it a chance to come alive and breathe. Beautiful color. Let's go to the nose. So, of course, full-blown sherry. I mean, old sherry, a leather hint to old sherry. Raisins, big raisin aromatic and figs, which you're going to find in good old sherry casks. In with it, and almost as prevalent as the fruit, is a toffee aromatic. Cocoa, honey. It's fruity, of course. There's stone fruits, apples, peaches, maybe nectarines. It's really complex. It's really full-bodied aromatic. There's spice in it too. Spices, cinnamon, a little bit of pepper, maybe nutty, maybe a nutmeg, or maybe some almonds. And of course, chocolate, which a lot of sherrys morph into. Let's try the palate. Spicy. Drying. Sherry. Treacle coffee. Treacle, syrupy. There's a spiciness to it, as I mentioned, in the nose, the cinnamon, a little bit of pepper, a nutmeg. Let's take a second sip. I've said before, your first sip acclimates you to the whiskey. Your second sip really allows you to get the full flavor of it. And salute. Ooh, that cinnamon is at the forefront, but it's not a bitter cinnamon, it's a sweet cinnamon. The apples are there. The fruits I mentioned, the stone fruits. Orange peel. The sherry becomes a dark chocolate. There's oak. Old books that you'll find in old sherry casks. There's a bit of a sweetness to it. I'd say kind of like Demerara rum. It's oily. Sorry for it's drying, but then it waters. Your mouth waters after the drying's done, and it continues to water. So apologize for that. Otherwise, I'd be drooling down my chin. Banana nut bread. Let's see what it's like with a tad bit of water. Okay, 1 drop. You can always add more water. You can never take away what you added. So add a drop at a time. I really like to let this sit longer, but for videoing sake, we'll go right to it. The water has subdued the nose a bit. Let me, in fact, grab a sip of water. I'm getting the feeling maybe we shouldn't, this is not better with water. All right, let's see. I like the more in-your-face sherry that it gives you without the water. Even a drop of water has kind of mellowed it. It's restricted some of those flavors I had. The raisins and the figs are still there, and the honey, but the honey's not as forward. Let's onto the palate. It's more drying with the water. It's sucking the moisture out of my mouth. I expect it to start watering shortly. And here it is. So it was much more drying. My mouth is starting to water. It's still drying, though it's watering. Definitely, I like it better without the water. This is a really nice dram. It's up there for 25-year-olds. The finish is long. It's spicy. It's drying. And it's got that fruitiness, the stone fruits left to the finish. I'm going to rate this a 91. It's very good, but, you know, I've had a lot of different drams, and, you know, that's where it's at for me, 91. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate you subscribing to the channel. Please subscribe if you haven't. If you enjoyed this review, like, and please share this with your friends. Tell them about the Whisky Hunter and my hunts and reviews. I appreciate it. There's a link to my blog below and Instagram where you'll see a lot of pictures. Thanks again. Have a great day, morning, night. I will see you next time on the Whisky Hunter at the Linen Closet.